Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this Friday morning. Got a great show lined up, and we'll get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center right there at Baldwin Road and Highway 77 and number 767-5500. It's going to be a really nice day. You know, we've had some rain this week, much needed rain, but I know it's been spotty. All of us haven't gotten rain. I was thinking driving in this morning, there's two ways you can guarantee if you're going to get some rain in your area when the front like that comes through. One way, make sure you wash your vehicle that morning, or the next way is make sure you water your grass that morning. If you do either one of those things, you'll get some rain that afternoon. I figured that out. Now, the high today will be right at 90, low tonight 73, and water temperature remains at 83 degrees. Looking at our river readings, I don't actually have them. It's a 0.5 on Apalachicola. It's just flat line like I've showed you all week long, 0.5. Like I say, they can't even fish upriver around Bristol and Bluntstown. They're having to go down the lower end to do any kind of fishing this weekend. The Chartessie Caryville, we have some of that rain in South Alabama. It's at a 0.8 now. It's rising for the weekend, so be aware of that. Now, take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Carl Burnham Marine Specialties, docks, seawalls, and boat docks. Anything you need on the waterfront, Carl can take care of it. You're looking on Friday, the 8th, and we have a high tide just right at noon at 12:18 and a low tonight at 10:56. So you can take a look at tomorrow. Saturday is going to be an excellent tide. If you want to fish incoming, you got the morning. If you want to fish outgoing, take that afternoon. Both of these are strong tides, right at 2-foot tides. Okay. Each Friday, we'd like to give a call to Sea Quarters Marina. Sometimes I just get a quick report from Millard, or sometimes I talk to them live. This morning I have Kim on the phone. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
How are you doing down there?
We're doing good. I'm watching all the boats going out to brave the fishing conditions today. We're having some guys going up the river this morning and some guys going offshore, so we'll have a real good report again.
Okay. Now, you were telling me some of those fellows down there are catching some flounder right off the beach.
That's correct. Yeah, we had to use a little bit heavier jig heads because, of course, the wind and the waves were a little bit frisky on the beach. But, yeah, they've been doing real good with the flounder, mostly with the pink jig heads. And the chartreuses are working also real well out there.
Well, very good. You said yesterday some fellows were in town and they caught some trout and redfish. That's
correct. Yeah, real close here to the marina, as a matter of fact, and also had some guys go up a little bit further the Caryville River and did some real good broom fishing.
Oh, that's good. So freshwater fishing been good too?
That's correct, yeah.
All right. Well, that's a good report, Kim. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend, Nell.
You too. All right, this is Sea Quarters Marina down in Caryville, the Pearl of the Panhandle. Always some good fishing going down there, folks. If you get a chance to ever get down there and spend some time, you'll fall in love with it. All right, we'll take our break and we'll be right back.
Your vision is precious. If an emergency arises, you don't want to be sitting in a hospital waiting room. Accidents and injuries can happen outside of your workday. That's why our team of physicians provide emergency eye care to our patients anytime, day or night. You can count on your local experts in eye care to be there for you whenever you need us. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of colors and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our website and click shop.
You can also check out our selection at Sunjammers Water Sports on Panama City Beach. Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team.
Time. It takes time to shape a mower, to evolve it from great stock. As the leader in commercial mooring equipment, Exmark spent a lot of time designing the next Laser Z, honing it, testing it, perfecting it. Why would Exmark spend so much time crafting this mower? To make sure you spend less time mowing. Visit nextlaser.com or your local Exmark dealer.
Sweet Old Bob says see and save on all Exmark products today at Soul Tractor.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
All right, welcome back, folks, and some familiar faces here.
Good morning.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good to have you, Tom and Daniel, and from Kramer Chevrolet, and we've been talking about fishing and all the fish they almost caught and they want to catch, and it's always fun having them on. So we're going to talk about. Let's go, Tommy. What have you been doing lately?
Selling trucks mostly.
That's good.
Selling trucks and cars. But, you know, right now is a great time to go. We just got through the full moon here. We've been tearing them up at Deerport Lake. Been catching them regular late in the afternoon, right at dark and after dark. You know, and just it's late till when we get off, so we have to just go when we can. You know.
And you've been, you say you got third place in the tournament.
Got third place the other night at the Tuesday night shootout up there, and had a good time. And I'm trying some new baits and everything, and I'm starting to have some success. They've been fishing them out on the West Coast, but I finally started throwing it up here, and I'll be telling you more about that as I catch more fish on it.
It's a developing story.
It's a developing story. It sure is.
All right, Danny, what about you?
I've been trout fishing a couple times with my few days off. Most of the time I'm at the dealership trying to sell these Chevrolets and GMCs. We had a couple times ago with Big Jack.
Yeah.
And we went over to St. Joe and we've caught some nice trout and flounder in the canal, a couple rat reds. Every time we get ready to go in the bay, it's a little rough for his hues. So he's got a bigger boat now. He bought a 30-foot sports craft.
Now, did he finish that boat he's working on?
He did. He did a great job with it.
You know, that may explain why he's pushing us a little harder now to sell more trucks.
That's right.
Because it costs a little bit more on gas to show fishing.
Right.
So.
That's right.
Has Jack been doing it as snapper fishing? Been able to get out there?
He's been twice this year, and the last report I got from Jack was they caught some nice snappers, some 18, 20 pounders.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm ready to get on.
Ooh, I heard that.
Good deal. Now, you were telling me about your little boy caught a flounder in a boat basin the other day.
Yeah, the other night we got off work and he wanted to go fishing again, you know, like usual, but his grandpa took him down there to salt water. And so I said, okay, I'll carry you back down there. So we went by store and got some new penny gulp shrimp and just a regular old red jig head, you know, and I went down there and put it on for him, and he was casting, and he got a nice, about a pound and a quarter flounder right out of the boat basin down at the Panhandle City Marina down here.
Right, the downtown marina down there. And it makes a lot of sense. We've done the same thing before. It's almost an accidental catch where you're just playing around, but, you know, those boat basins, they have that little gap in them, little trough, and right there on the edge. The flounder love doing that.
They sure do.
I've caught them right there by Captain Anderson by the bridge on Thomas Drive, right there, right up under the bridge. You wouldn't think it'd catch.
We caught the flounder on one side. We went over on the other side where they usually park those old big boats up against the marina there, and he was chunking it out there and caught a little old black grouper. That was the first thing he caught. And then I thought, my Lord, I can't believe this kid. He's 8 years old.
And you know, flounder fishing really hadn't got kicked off for us yet. We won't really see that until September as far as the spawning. So if it's a tail sign, we should have a fantastic flounder season.
Now, I know your dad lives right there on St. Joe Bay. Has he talked about it? Anybody catching some good stuff down there?
Those guys have been catching some fish off Captain's Cove Marina off the dock there. As far as Dad goes, I know he's been a few times in the bay and caught some nice trout and flounder. Mr. Gino, gentleman that fishes with him, had him one other day about that big he caught right there with a live bull minnow.
I don't think the set's big enough.
I don't think
Did he say that thing was?
I'm telling you.
It's his story. He can tell it the way he wants to.
Hey, I just heard. I was second hand to the story.
We'll have some baits we're gonna show you in a little bit, but let's talk real quick about the trucks and cars. Are they moving pretty good?
Daniel, we just came off the biggest month we've had in, I don't know, a couple of years down at Bill Kramer, and we had all hands on deck all month long. We had the big sale at Pier Park, and Daniel went out and weathered the storm out there in the heat, you know. But we had a great time, sold a lot of vehicles, got a lot of vehicles on trade. If you're looking for a good used truck or a good used car, come on by and see us, because we just took in a pile of them.
We've got and I'm going to call this the truck of the month, in my opinion. We took in a 2011 Denali 2500 HD crew cab diesel. Everything you can put on a truck. 27,000 miles, retail 55 grand. They've got it 49.9. It's loaded. Looks brand new. And that's my truck of the month. If I had to pick one, that would be mine.
Now, you said you saw one of our viewers the other day. He said watching the show. And
I had a gentleman call me yesterday at the dealership, and he asked for me, and I was talking to him. I got all of his information looking for a vehicle, and he told me, he said, I've seen you on Panhandle Outdoors, and if you can be on Coach's show, I can trust you to buy a truck from me.
Boy, that makes me feel good. That speaks volumes about our viewers. We just have the greatest viewers.
He talked to me on the telephone for 30 minutes. Yeah. And real nice guy.
Yeah. Well, and you know, these guys are outdoorsmen. They're here in the community. Their family's been here a long time. They're good folks and all. You want to trade and buy a vehicle, you know, these are the guys to deal with right here, Tommy and Daniel. And
we appreciate it.
They got a whole staff of them down there.
Yes, we do.
So,
come on by. We'll talk trucks, cars, or we'll talk fishing and hunting, whatever you want to talk.
Well, we're going to talk about more fishing, and we're going to show you some of these baits we've been using. We'll be right back.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Timber Parkway.
When you're looking for sales, parts, and service for your outboard, all in one location, you're looking for BJ's Marine. You're authorized Tohatsu and Nissan dealer. BJ's Marine does it all. They have outboard parts and a service center and used motor sales too. Tohatsu, reliable, dependable, fuel efficient, and lightweight. Tohatsu Outboards, technology for the next generation. BJ's Marine, 1317 Transmitter Road since 1991.
Steel, the #1 selling brand of handheld outdoor power equipment in America.
Create a custom yard care system with the Steel Combi System. Edge, trim, prune, and more.
Buy a KM55R Combi motor for just $209.95 and get a pair of hearing protectors and safety glasses for just $15.
Start easier, work smarter, finish faster with Steel, #1 in America.
Guido Bob says see and save today and every day on all Steel outdoor products at Soul Tractor.
When you stop by Blue Water Outriggers, you will find everything for your outdoor adventure. Stock up on all your favorite brands and shop for some of the latest outdoor gear and accessories. You can also shop online and have your orders delivered straight to your home. Our flagship store is nestled right off of Highway 98 in the Port City Shopping Center, just steps away from the Port St. Joe Marina. You will love our selection, our prices, and our friendly service.
Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with a fellow from Kramer Chevrolet and GMC. I guess you got a whole slew of them over there.
We got everything General Motors got to offer just about it. I mean, we've got Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. We cover it all. And listen, when you come by our lot, we got the used vehicles. We got Toyota, we got Ford, we got all the major brands down there on the used lot.
Even carry a Kia and a Jaguar.
Yeah, we got them.
We
and
got
Mercedes, we got them. If you're looking for Mercedes for your wife for her birthday, come on by and see us. We got them.
My wife's birthday's coming up pretty soon. I may have to.
She'd look good in that red one.
Okay, don't forget now, triggerfish. We're talking about triggerfish. It ends this weekend. In fact, it officially goes out effectively at 12:01 a.m. June the 11th. Okay, that would be actually Monday morning. But you got this last weekend to fish for triggerfish, and you said Jack caught a nice triggerfish.
Jack did catch a nice triggerfish. I haven't seen the pictures, but I've heard the tale of it. Jack said it weighed 12 pounds. His biggest triggerfish he'd ever seen.
Well, it had to.
That's a big.
I saw a picture of it. The picture weighed 2 pounds.
That's right. It was that thick.
All right, Tommy. Show us some of the things you've been fishing with this past month or two.
You know, here's my standard. This is a go-to bait, and when I hold it up, let me hold it up right there.
You go.
That's a 10-inch June bug culprit. You can find them at Blue Water. You can find them down there. They got them. But you can throw that bait on a 3/0 hook or a 4/0 hook. I usually throw it on a 3/0 hook. That's one of the best baits to just go to after dark. I like to throw it up in Deer Point. I like to throw it in 6-8 foot of water, around the grass lines and everything where the drop-offs are. I've been throwing the baby bass Super Fluke. That's a little super fluke right there.
Yeah.
Fish out with a 3/0 hook.
Now that's I bet you and I use that there when
That's
we went
right.
up and tore those.
You can go up to Holmes Creek and take that bait right there in that clear water and just throw it out there, throw it on 12, 14 pound test line, and you will get bit. I'll promise you that. The last fish I caught out of Holmes Creek was about 2 weeks ago, and I pulled up in a bin and threw that bait right there. Told my partner, I said, I left a 5-pounder in this bin during the tournament, and the first fish I caught was that fish by the same stuff. He was there, and it's been 3 or 4 months since I've been there in the tournament.
Yeah.
But the first fish I caught was that big fish.
He was still waiting on
He
me.
was still waiting on me there.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
But I've got a Z-nail worm. That's a good worm in Deer Point Lake.
That color?
That color is a watermelon. That's kind of faded now, but it's just it don't look like much, folks. But you take that on a 3/0 hook and just throw it out there with no lid and just twitch it. And it'll just dart back and forth, and a bass can't stand it. And then right after dark, I go to my trusted buzz bait.
That's an old standby right
Old
there.
standby.
Man.
You take that buzz bait. Sometimes I'll put a stinger hook on it, depends on how the fish are acting. But the chatter bait, you can just throw it and reel it back slow on top of the water, and them old big ones will get it.
It just aggravates him what it does.
It does. It makes enough racket that he can't stand it. Then the last thing I've got here this morning that I want to show is the old paddle tail.
Yeah.
You can't beat a paddle tail worm when you throw a small lid, 3/0 hook, and just throw it out there and swim it. That paddle will just, like a beaver tail going through the water, and it can't stand it.
Well, you know, we talk about in salt water and fresh water. We talk summer's is here. We're talking about a summer pattern of the fish and all, and you know they get, especially later on as summer comes in July and August, they get a little more lethargic and hang around a little bit more instead of you sort of have to really entice them more.
That's right. Aggravate them.
Yeah. And
make multiple casts.
And that's why, and you got to cover a lot of territory too.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I know with the water temperature going up, like in St. Joe Bay, I know. Of course, we're about to hit scallop season. You know, we're only a couple of weeks away from scallop season.
I know that's hard to believe.
Has your daddy got them located yet?
I'm sure Dad knows where they're at.
I guarantee you.
That man right there knows where they're at.
We'll be doing a survey in another week or two, and we'll be letting y'all know about the scallops officially from the folks. But the locals, they pretty well have them scouted out. And,
yes, sir.
And I know they're excited about that.
We're still eating on them from last year.
It was a great season last year.
It was. Fantastic.
Now, let's get back to trucks and all, pulling boats and all. The Chevrolet truck has been just a standby as far as pulling boats and all.
The heartbeat of America.
Yeah.
Today's Chevy truck.
That's right. Like a rock.
That's right.
There's a bunch of old sayings about a Chevrolet truck out there.
You know, I was sitting there yesterday, and I was selling a Firebird, Formula Firebird Firehawk. A guy flew in from Connecticut, and I picked him up at the airport yesterday. I sold it to him over the telephone. It was an 02 with like 6,800 miles on it.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a classic, beautiful car. And I've never seen, it's kind of like your kids on Christmas morning. I brought him into the dealership, brought him in. I positioned the car just right, and as I drove into the dealership, because I wanted him to see it from a distance. And he was like a little kid getting a brand new wagon on Christmas morning. I could see the excitement building as he got closer and closer to that car. And that's the second one I've sold in Connecticut. I sold the 2500 HD.
They must have saw us on Panhandle Outdoors.
They probably saw us on Panhandle on the internet, because I know we're on the internet.
Yeah, we are.
We've been out.
And how do you find, we're all talking about those vehicles that, what's 10 years old with that fewer miles on them. How do you get stuff like this?
The car come from a collector. A gentleman bought the car and kind of put it in the garage and mothballs, if you will, and kept it. And when he got ready to get rid of it, he traded it on a new car, and it was one of his trade-ins.
Oh, okay.
And it's a rare vehicle. It didn't last 5 days on a lot. Right. Somebody found it.
Yeah. Yeah, that internet's a wonderful thing. I was on it last night and I know everybody uses the internet.
Yeah.
This guy's a technological guru. He does all. He's got to have the latest phone. I'll tell you, look at this phone.
Yeah,
now, there's no self-respecting person would have an orange phone.
Hey,
but
let's see if we can show that.
That's why he's got it. Look at that.
Hey, that's right.
Big old sharp.
These phone pictures turn out really good quality.
They do.
I get them almost every day. Tell us about this one right here.
That's my best friend. That's Corporal Jeremy Cabinets. He caught that shark yesterday in Cape Sandblast. He sent me that picture late last night.
He's a wounded warrior?
He is a wounded warrior. He is one of our heroes. Matt grew up with me in Port St. Joe, went to Iraq, got hurt, served a couple tours. True hero. All those guys are.
Oh, that's great. And you know, we always talk about the sharks down that area. There's a bunch of sharks.
There are. I grew up as a kid, you know, fishing off the Cape with Bonita, and we'd catch some nice black tips. And
you know, most folks have puppies when they're growing up. His daddy brought him a shark home, and he kept him out in the backyard. If you know where he lives, he lives in St. Joe Bay right there.
I can believe that. What'd you name him?
My shark, named Toothy. An old Toothy.
All right, we're going to take our final break. We'll be back with a famous Friday fishing report. But wait, before we do that, Jeff, before we take our break, we got a draw for Tarpon Dock Seafood. We'll give away a red snapper and a $20 gift certificate for 2 lucky winners. I'm going to let you draw one.
Didn't I put our business cards in there?
We'll see if you pull it out. Tom, you draw the first one.
I'm going to draw the first one.
This is a red snapper right here. The winner for the red snapper.
Man, I can't get a hold of one.
You don't need one now. We only one snapper. They only caught one snapper.
Alan Bird.
Alan Bird. Okay.
I know Alan Bird.
Well, call and tell them that you want it.
Alan Bird, I'll pick it up for you.
All right, this is for the $20 gift certificate right here.
Let's see who got this.
You just get one now, Daniel.
All right, we're good.
All
right. You can look at it.
Old Lynn Richards.
From Southport, Florida.
Southport and Alan Bird.
We got Alan Bird and Lynn Richards.
Red snapper and $20 gift certificate from Tarpon Dock Seafood. Enjoy some fresh seafood this weekend. Take our final break and we'll be right back.
On the water or under the water, success starts at C&G Sporting Goods. C&G specializes in fresh and saltwater fishing tackle, floundering supplies, spearfishing equipment, and much, much more. C&G also has licenses, maps, and expert advice on where to go. For over 59 years, C&G Sporting Goods has been the headquarters for the outdoors man. Fishing, hunting, camping, guns, and ammo. They've got it all. C&G, home of the experts, downtown Panama City.
When you need to get the job done, nothing beats the reliability, efficiency, and value of a Kubota. And right now, during Kubota Rewards, take advantage of 0 down and 0% APR for up to 60 months on new Kubota garden tractors, compact tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. It pays to own Orange. See your Kubota dealer today.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soul Tractor today.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAMS certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your business.
Are you still waiting to do something with your IRA, 401k, annuities, or other investments?
My dad has an economics degree from Vanderbilt University, and he helped me with my homework. A lot of people call themselves financial planners, but my dad passed a board exam to be a certified financial planner. He's very easy to talk to, and he spends a lot of time with me.
To my existing clients, thank you for your friendship and loyalty through these uncertain times. And to everyone else, don't wait until it's too late. Call me today, and let's see if I can help.
Welcome back, folks. In here with the Kramer boys here. I don't say Kramer boys, Kramer Chevrolet boys, because he does have some boys of his own.
That's right.
That's right, he does.
They're real Kramers.
Yeah.
We're adopted.
Let's take a look at Express Lane Fishing Game Forecast. Okay, our time for today we're looking at this morning, 4:23 to 6:23. That's here in the morning, and then this afternoon when you get off work early, and go from 4:48 to 6:48. 4:48 to 6:48. Excellent Friday afternoon. Talking about people having half hours. That would be a half hour to me. Just take off and go fishing when you get off work right there.
Yep.
It ought to be a law.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
All right, listen, every Friday I do our Tarpon Dock Seafood Famous Friday Fishing Forecast, and these guys are going to help me out on it. But this brought to us by Tarpon Dock Seafood, who also just gave us some fresh seafood to give away to some of our viewers right down there off Beach Drive. Great folks down there and good fresh seafood. Now, Carabelle, we just got off the phone with Carabelle. You heard Kim talking about how good the fish has been, even along the beach. They're catching some flounder, and the grouper bite's been excellent. I've got a buddy down there this week. He's been down twice. and the red snapper, they catch a nice red snapper down in Carabel, and the fresh water has been good up in Carabel River. Now, St. Joe and Apalachicola Bay, I talked to Captain Blair Morgan yesterday on the phone. Speckled trout was excellent this week around Black's Island. Some really large ones called triple tail around the buoy line was really good over behind St. Vincent Island. And also Blair had a really good offshore trip, caught some really nice grouper and red snapper. The Apalachicola guides, and what they're doing in Apalachicola, those guides are making a living off taking those guys with tarpon fishing. A lot of people are in tarpon fishing now. The tarpon are showing up down there really good. And the Wounded Warrior weekend they had in St. Joe was really successful this past weekend. And the winner was our own Dewey Blaylock from Sunset Coastal Grill. His boat won first place down there.
Wow. You know, we had the honor, as far as Bill Kramer Chevrolet, of sponsoring a boat. And me and Chris Kramer actually went down there and ate dinner with those guys. And if you've never taken the time to go sit down with a vet and talk to these guys, they're true treasures. I mean, they really are.
You're right.
They are.
We spent a lot of time with them last year, and I was able to get down there this year, but those guys are special.
They are.
And we appreciate a lot of our sponsors sponsor the Wounded Warriors. That tells you the quality of our sponsors right there. Here in Panama City, rested area, the big news, of course, the opening of red snapper season, and you just saw some awesome pictures. I still want to show this picture here. I showed it yesterday. I want to show it one more time. This is the better half of Captain Ken Paramore. Okay, here's one too. We got this. Okay, here we go, right here. This is our first fish, and it was really good. That's Debbie Paramore, biggest fish he's ever caught. That's Ken Paramore, FWC.
Nice,
beautiful. And he caught one just like it. They had twin fish right there. And that story's been over and over. People are catching them this week. Some really nice red snapper. It's been a little rough out there, but if you want to brave it, it's going to be a little rough maybe this weekend, but it's going to be. You catch them red snapper.
Billy Don said that they tore them up Sunday.
Did he go?
Yeah, he went out there with some friends.
Well, tell Billy Don he's got to send me some pictures now.
Well, that's what we'll do.
Yeah, hold up his end. The other thing too, let's see, there were 20-pounders. Bobo Hobbs on the Florida Queen. He called me Monday morning about 11 o'clock. He was on the way in from a 2-day charter. He wanted me to come out there and take some video, but I was tied up. My mom had an accident. I tied up with her, and we had. He said, Winston, I haven't done this in many, many years. He had like 30 20-pound snappers hanging up on that Florida Queen. Now, wow. That was a 2-day charter, so they would, could have gotten quite a bit. And he said those big ones had bit like that in many, many years.
And can you believe there's a shortage of snapper according to everybody here?
Yeah. Well, the pier fishing report, real quick on pier fishing, they caught a lot of bonita this week, and also some king mackerel off the pier, and just a few pompano and a few whiting. Real quick, freshwater. Where to go this?
Freshwater, Indian Bayou, Lake Wimico. It's going to be good. Dead Lakes is going to be good early and late. The lower part of the river seem to be catching them down there. If you're going to stay close, go to Deer Point, fish early, late, afternoon. Holmes Creek is going to be good over that way.
We don't talk a lot about Holmes Creek, but that's a good spot to fish.
I love it over there. I love it.
Beautiful.
You can actually see. I took Daniel over, and you can actually see. If you'll throw that bait right there with a 3/0 hook, and that's a baby bass super fluke, you'll just watch the fish come up out of the bends and get the slow motion.
Sounds good. Makes me want to do it this weekend. Thank you guys for coming on.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
We got to get out here. Thank you all for watching. You have a great weekend. Do something good for some other day. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.